Hello, I'm TheZOMBIEJ, and it's finally time to do this review. I thought I would push it off until tomorrow, but I'm actually busy tomorrow, so instead we're going to do this video today. So it's another Bionicle review. So this time it's another vehicle from 2009, the only other one I have besides, well, the last two that I did a video on. This is the Skopio XV-1. Yep, it's a big one. That's what she said. And the driver is Telurus, who has these Mari tubes connected to the back of his head, and that goes linked to the back of the Skopio's head as if it's a Rahi of some sort, which, okay, I guess if you want an example of telepathic connections between bipedal character and monster thing, I guess this is an example of that. I remember recording myself building this thing back in, what was it, Christmas of 2010, I think, something like that. And that video is no longer available anywhere, actually. I don't know what happened to that file. Probably got destroyed. Not destroyed, deleted. And my god, there's some cracks. There's some cracks in this set, so that blows. There's some parts that are broken. So this is basically in its tank mode because it's on treads, which is cool. And they are fully working treads. So that's cool. Telurus is of the colors of Keat Orange, yellow, gunmetal, or not gunmetal, silver, and gray. And he does have a couple of extra pins right there, black pins, so you can take one of these game pieces and put it on his back. For some reason, I never do that because I don't care. Strangely enough, I don't think these fist pieces, the sockets are cracked. Oh, there's a crack right there. God damn it. So the last time we got these Mata arms, Pohatu arms, I guess. Yeah. In yellow was with Vittel from the Mystica. And of course, this headpiece, this helmet mask thing, when flipped around, obviously has the face of the Spigot from the Varanus vehicle. But here it is in Keat Orange. It looks pretty fucking cool. His lower legs and his feet are both Keat Orange. We've gotten the feet before with Ranu, even though I never got Ranu. And the lower legs, well, we'll see those again. Actually, no, we never got those in Keat Orange before. I could have sworn we've got them with Matanui, but no, he has black ones, so. Silver Hordika, upper leg armor, these Baraki Kalma shells, pieces. These are in Keat Orange, which is nice to have these in Keat Orange. I mean, let's be honest. So that's Telurus, and obviously when you move this up like that, he moves along with it. And this moves down and goes with it. What the fuck? So he does connect to the Technic beams here via a couple of blue pins, and I'm not going to bother taking them off because that's a pain in the ass. So he does have a Thornax launcher with another gray fist, which is pretty awkward. You have a gray fist on here. So, but it is posable. It is fully posable, so that's cool. And it still works. It's not broken, as far as I know. Yep, it is broken. Never mind. There's a couple of Midax Sky Blasters that are still fully loaded. And this goes all the way up like that, looking all the way down as well. A couple of game pieces, gappy right there with these two massive freaking variants of that one piece, one Technic piece. This is a pretty massive piece too. The parts of this set will have some white paint on it because never mind. Obviously, yeah, that looks very wireframey, which is not that good. You definitely want to make something more of that than just a skeletonized build. So the face of this thing, not much of a face. This is it with all these Technic pieces. This piece from the Jollar Mari set, it's got a couple teeth right there, and there's a rubber band because you can do this, and with the Antros weapons, so that's cool. I'm surprised this rubber band hasn't snapped yet. That's funny. So the eye holes are supposed to be these, basically, in between this section and these. So, I mean, if you have that kind of imagination, sure. That's the point of Lego, is to imagine things. So there you go. Got a fuck ton of these Mari blades in silver. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them in total. In the movie, unfortunately, when these are folded down, he would have the Skopio vehicle thing would have, which in the film it's actually a big old freaking beast, and Tellurus is nothing basically. It would basically have a couple more of these on each leg, so once they're clipped on right there, and he can basically shank you with them if he so wanted to. Stab you into the ground. Yeah, the movie was weird. So, damn it. Fuck. There we go. So these panel pieces come down like this, which is weird, because there's more space right there to put another character, I suppose, but it's just wasted space in my opinion. This thing was $80, keep in mind. So now comes the fun part. Oh wait, I still have to talk about other things. As these red shell pieces, like the ones you would see in the XLR T9, which I never got. All these ratcheting joint sort of things. There's a fuck ton of those too. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 of these fuckers. Jesus, that is a lot. And also 8 of these pistons. I don't know. 8 pistons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 8 pistons per front and back, and so 8 plus 8 is 16. 16 of these fucking pistons. That is, talk about excessive. Also, all these toe ball joints, all these sort of pieces. All of these, there's a lot that went into this thing. There's even more toe ball joints here. And there's these, and there's some red sockets. 2009 red, obviously. And then don't forget about these. These, basically the modern take on the Slicer foot, which is pretty cool. Then we got the big game piece in orange. You got 4 of those, and 4 of the actual sized game piece in black, which is cool. You would also see that in the XV-1. You get one of those in black and one of these in yellow, because, yeah. There's just a lot that goes into this. It's just incredible. It does have a couple, at least a couple, of those chassis pieces. Actually, no, wait. There's a couple of them, but then there's also in the middle. down here in this all gap. Right around here, there is another chassis piece that is also somewhat different, actually. It's missing the 4 loose end things. And there's a lot of gaps. There's definitely a lot of gaps. It's not even that funny. So, there's just so much going on here. And yeah, it's got gaps. Clearly, there's way too many gaps. And of course, these things too. Crikey O'Reilly. So, let's transform him, shall we? Oh, nope. Yeah, in order to do this correctly, I gotta go 3 clicks outward. So, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh. And there. It's a plus shape or an X shape. Now, you pull these out. If you wasted $80 on this thing, I pity your soul. These go up 1 click. Yeah, it's supposed to go 1 click. It can go 1 more click and then it'd be like that. But I usually just go by 1 click. And there's bars on each of these for these to sit on. And there it is, the monster itself. And obviously these can slide down, but then the legs get in the way, so. Yeah, this thing is a monster. It's literally a big freaking, thing. Oh look, it's a poop chute. Yeah. Yeah, and then there's gaps right here, too, but that's necessary, I guess, which is. This thing is just a big old freaking experiment, is what it is. And not to mention, there's also cracked parts as well because of the age of this fucker. These treads are all dark gray. You got a lot of them. Also, there's a lot of repetition here. You build 1 leg, that's essentially all the legs. You're building the same leg 4 times. That's insane. That's excessive. I'm sure there's worse things nowadays, but at the time, this was something of a repetition. It was repetitive beyond words, and also these sort of stop at this. So imagine adding those these to all 4 of the legs, just 8 more of those blades. It probably would collapse because of the because these are made of polypropylene. But imagine if they made actual ABS plastic of these, so that they would. The Legend Reborn was a weird movie, wasn't it? There's another cavity around here. There's not much stuff going on here. There's a big hole in its throat. Ugh. This thing is just full of unsightly gaps, and it's absolutely insane. The problem is, this whole thing's a problem. It's kind of a mess, to be honest. You can go all the way out like that. And, whoop. Camera. There we go. Have it walk like a crab. I do like this thing. I'm glad I got it for Christmas one year. And, it is a sight to behold. In fact, I wonder... No, I don't wonder. I once took this thing apart and tried to build something else out of it. Then I later regretted that and rebuilt it. I still have the instructions, so that was a good thing. And I still have this thing built because I like the look of this thing overall. Especially when it's in its big, tall crawler, or not crawler mode, in its big old monster mode like this, and it's got the tail up like that. And, you know, this thing is definitely full of play features and fun for the kids back then, back in 2009. But was it worth the $80? I don't think you got $80 worth of fun in this whole set. Because never mind the gaps. I mean, well, yeah, mind the gaps because there's a lot of them. Just the fact that some of this, it just feels a little ridiculous. Some of the design choices I question. Also, yeah, the bottom here is pretty gappy. It's like he lost his, something. I don't know, looks like he got castrated or something. So, but yeah, this thing is quite massive. I generally just shelve him on his in his tread mode instead of this, because this just takes up way too much room. You want proof? Here, I'll show you proof. Look at this thing. It's fucking massive. I mean, really, this thing is huge. And also, here's my tripod. So, this thing is huge. It really is. It's probably the biggest, four-legged creature that Lego has ever built in terms of Bionicle things. I mean, obviously, the Card-Ass Dragon would probably be taller than this, but still, this thing's got width to it. Like, nothing compares to this in terms of width. Well, okay, maybe the Godunka, but I wouldn't count the Godunka because it at least has way more opposability than this thing. And it's smaller, clearly. But this thing would take up, in terms of those shelves over there, and yes, that's a Halloween decoration from last year, I think. This thing would probably take up 2 of those shelves over there. Yeah, so this thing is just massive. It's insane, and I still like this thing. It's great. But yeah. So, but it is a little unwieldy. Let's just say that. So yeah, the Skopio XV-1 is a massive, massive thing. Is it a flop though? I would say no, it's not a flop. In fact, I think it is a quite successful toy here. This could have been voted on as biggest and best toy of late 2009, early 2010, whatever. I don't see that award going to this thing though, because I'm sure there's other things that Lego probably released in 2009 that were better than this. But yeah. Anyway, let's put this thing back into its tank mode. These parts are fairly old, so they're going to break eventually, and they probably are not replaceable, some of them. Please ignore the dogs barking in the background. Let's see. This is insane, this thing. Yeah. So, there we go. So, that is the Skopio XV-1. It is a massive, massive thing. And, I do like this thing, obviously. It's not my favorite Bionicle vehicle of all time. I feel like you get a lot. I feel like you get a lot with your for your money's worth here. But is it really worth the $80? That's the question everybody probably wants to know. Is if you were to pay $80 for this in 2024, would you go for it? Would I recommend it? And I'd say kind of, not really. It'd be best to, I think back in 2009, it would be best to wait until it went on clearance for $50. That would have been a good deal, but it would still be much. Would be pretty much a lot. And I don't know how much we paid for this thing. It was on clearance, I think, so. But yeah, the Skopio XV-1. Treads still work. These blasters probably still work. I don't feel like shooting them off because I don't feel like losing the balls. And Tellurus is of the Iron Tribe, I think. And this keeps loosening up. Fuck. There we go. So yeah, that is the Skopio XV-1. I am happy to finally have reviewed this thing. Well, I can't tell you the last time I've actually reviewed this thing was a long time ago. But this thing is a massive thing of stuff. You can definitely have a lot of fun with this thing. You can definitely have fun messing around with it, you know, putting it in this mode, putting it in its big monster mode, and just have fun playing with all the features and whatnot. It's definitely packed with some fun features. I think this one's pretty useless, but hey, you can still do it. You know, so you can shoot off the Thornax fruit. The game system is also built in. I never played the game because I didn't really give two shits. And you did get a figure, obviously a buildable action figure right here as Mr. Tellurus. I just think the Link thing is kind of retarded. I don't know why they did that. What sense does it make, honestly? So, I think the design choices of this thing are, well, some are better than others. I mean, clearly the movie made this thing look not, well, it looked like the toy form for the most part, but in some cases, you know, what with Tellurus just laying down looking like nothing, honestly. Yeah, the movie really kind of screwed things a little bit. But as it is right here, stock, it still looks pretty freaking cool. It's just, when it comes to cracks and whatnot showing, then things start to get a little ugly, and not to mention if you don't dust this thing regularly, you'll probably end up with some pieces cracking anyway, so. Also, don't ever lose the Thornax or the Midak balls. That ends up being a major pain in the ass. Because then you have to find them, and if you lose them permanently, you lose them permanently, so. This thing is cool, though. It does look cool on display, and I really do enjoy it. So, that is the Skopio XV-9. What are your thoughts on the Skopio XV-9? Is it your favorite Bionicle vehicle of 2009 and in general? Is it your favorite Lego Technic style vehicle when it came to being used for construction themes? Or is there a Hero Factory vehicle that you like? There was only one that I cared for, and it was that motorcycle. Not the Speed of Demon motorcycle. That thing was a mess, to be honest. The Furno bike was actually more usable, I'd say. And it was cooler. So, might do a review on that at some point. So yeah, stay tuned for more reviews and other stuff. Yeah. I'm TheZOMBIEJ. I'll see you folks there. Have a good fucking day, and peace.